Remove the eye shine and the dot eyebrows if you won't remove the mouth too. Select the light gray background. Select a light or dark background. Press the bucket tool and eraser bucket dot, then select the gray background pieces. Add a new layer. Select the hair color and use the bucket tool dot in the hair. Go back to the main layer, use the blur tool and go over the lashes like this. Now go to the second layer, select the clothing's color and use the bucket tool. Does not work for all clothing. For example, do not use this on any jeans except for these ones. Go back to the main layer. There is two ways to do this. .1 only works with black clothing like the girl in blue is wearing, but no hair can be behind it. Take the erase tool and erase the clothing inwards. Number 2, use the hair color from behind and copy what I do. You get the point. Get the color brown or just use the skin outline. Select the UN brush, here's the code for it. And to import it, press these 3 dots and press import brush. Copy what I do. Add a new layer and set it to multiply. Get a color red like this. Copy what I do. Lightly blur it, make sure there's not too much red. Erase any that got on the hair. Add a new layer, set it to linear burn. Get the color brown again and do the same thing, except don't put it on the chest or knees. Lightly blur it. This is optional and I only do it. Sometimes get a new layer and set it to linear burn. Get a dark pinky purple magenta-like color. Copy what I do. Blur the end and change the opacity to your liking. Get a new layer and set it to add. Select the skin color and copy what I do. Go back to the second layer, get the color dot brown and draw the mouth. Get the same color red and draw the lips, slightly blur them. Go back to the add layer and draw little highlights on the lips for shine. Only if you have black clothing. Add a new layer and set it to add. Get the color white. Copy what I do. If you want, blur it lightly. For other color clothing, add a new layer and set it to multiply. Copy what I do. Lightly blur it. If you want, do the same. To the accessories. Add a new layer and set it to add. Select the skin color, do what I do, and blur it. Either add a new layer and set it to linear, burn, or go back to the first linear burn layer. Select the color brown and copy what I do. This is also optional, I don't always do it. Lightly blur it. For any clothing that isn't really dark, black, go back to the add layer at the top dot and select the clothing's color, make highlights. Blur it. This step is only for black, white, or gray eyes. Add a linear burn layer. Select the eye color if the color is white, use gray, then copy what I do. Change the opacity to your liking. Add a new layer and set it to add. Continue using the eye color, but if the eye color is white, use white now and copy me. Now get the color white and do this. This is for any colors, expect light ones. Add a new layer and set it to linear burn. Select the eye color and copy me. Change the opacity to your liking. Add a new layer and set it to add. Do the same thing. For lighter colors, add a new dot layer and set it to linear burn. You'll have to select the eye color and draw over it multiple times to get it dark enough. When you get it right, I would save that color. Then continue to do the rest. Add a new layer and set it to add. Draw 2 dots at the top and bottom of the lashes and blur them, then draw more tiny dots in the middle, blur it lightly again, then draw a skinny line on top. Read stopped recording ... closing parenthesis, add a new layer set to linear burn and use the magic wand to select all of the hair. And do not move further if you have really light hair, such as blonde, light pink, teal, mint green, white, etc. Use one of these. Copy me. Use the smudge tool and the round, brush normal. Do what I do. Add a new layer set to add and copy me again, just put strokes in between the dark ones. Smudge it again. Get a new layer and set it to add. Select the letter color and do the same thing as last time, just make it smaller. Smudge it. Add a new layer and set it to multiply. Select the darker area of the hair color and make shadows like this, but don't add too much. Lightly blur it. Add a new layer and set it to add. Get the airbrush normal. Select the letter version of the hair and remove the selected area, then draw a highlight where the sunlight is meant to be. If the hair is black, dark brown, etc., I recommend lowering the opacity on the linear burn layer if you want to. If your hair is a light color such as light pink, blonde, mint green, white, etc., you will have to select the hair color and get a darker version of it for the linear burn layer. For white, just use gray. And for the add layer, instead of setting it to add, set it to normal and use the original hair color. The other add layer is the same, set it to add and make tiny strokes using the original hair color. For the eyelashes, add a normal layer then. Get the color black and copy what I do. If the hair or an accessory is in the way, don't try to do it. Find the add layer with the shine on the lashes you did earlier and put it on top of that. Add a new layer and set it to linear burn. Get the felt tip pen hard and do these adjustments. Select the outline or a dark version of the hair and make the eyebrow shape. For black hair, it might be hard to see. After you got the shape, lightly blur it underneath. Well, that's all. Hope you are satisfied with the results. Thanks for watching.